Welcome back if you already came. We are having some technical difficulties and we do apologize. I'm just gonna re-say my speech. Welcome to Harry Ainlay's 2021 One Acts Festival. Woo! Yeah! My name is Tarik and I am directing When Men Are Scarce. We are going up first. No trigger warnings. Yeah, thanks for coming. Have fun.
If you got that stuff from the A&P or the First National, you can take it right back, unless it's things we can put in the freezer for tomorrow.
What are you talking about?
We're dining out.
No, not me. I'm tired. I'm getting into pajamas and eating at home. And as for taking anything back to the supermarket, at this time of day, it's hard enough to get anything out of there, much less put it back in. Oh, my feet. A woman ran me over with a shopping cart, and a boy stuck me with a pin, and coming out, I tripped over a police dog. He was tied up with his leash right across the doorway. I had to wrestle him for my pork chops.
Don't get too comfortable. I tell you, we've got to go out for dinner.
Why?
On account of this, from Marty. Listen, I found it on the table there. Dear Olive and Diane, you two must be out of here by 7 o'clock and can't come back until 11:30. This is Thursday night and I am exercising my constitutional right.
What does she mean, constitutional right?
Oh, you know the bargain we made? One night each week the apartment was to be left to one of us, while the other two had to get out and leave the coast clear.
Oh, that.
Yeah, that. Tuesday night is your night, mine's Wednesday, and Maudie's this Thursday.
Yes, but Maudie's never exercised her whatchamacallit, her constitutional right.
I know, but that's because poor little Maudie's never had a boyfriend before.
You mean she's entertaining a man? Maudie?
Must be a man.
I don't believe it. Where is she?
Out shopping, I guess.
Maudie doesn't know any men.
She must know this one, and he must be very special. She's going all out. I found a list of the things she's getting on the kitchen table. Must have made it out, then forgot.
It could be a friend, Betty Wade, or that Jenkins girl, or someone from the research bureau.
I don't think so. Not from that list. Artichokes, avocados, mushrooms, blue cheese, asparagus, and steak.
Steak?
Steak. So it must be a man. No one in their right mind would buy steak for another woman to chew up.
Who is he? Do you know? Where'd she meet him?
I don't know that. I don't know anything.
I mean, where could she meet him? You don't think she picked him up at a bar, do you?
Maudie doesn't go to bars. Unless? No, I'm sure she wouldn't do that. She doesn't drink.
I really wish you'd finish that unless.
Well, I was going to say, you know how it is these days. Girls get a little desperate sometimes. You know, for the society of that rare bird known as the male.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Dinner with a lot of other women. A theater party. Oh, such fun. 6 of us, all women. I'm off to the Catskills for my vacation. Just us girls, you know? Isn't it lovely? Oh, maybe we'll run into the ghost of old Henry Hudson and his bowling team. So if a girl were to go to a bar, even just to swap hellos with the bartender?
No, Maudie wouldn't do that. I'm sure she wouldn't.
Then where did she meet him?
Well, you and I don't do too badly.
No, but you work in an office, a big office. Besides, the office forces you to see clients or customers or what have you. You go out to lunch with a gang, one thing leads to another.
You mean one man leads to another?
Yes. Me, I'm in a bank. The place is crawling with males. Most of them, I admit, are baldish and plumpish with wives tucked away in White Plains or Scarsdale or Tuckahoe.
Sounds like a song. My wife's tucked away in Tuckahoe.
But occasionally, just occasionally, I meet one who's escaped the hunters. But Maudie, she's with a research bureau. She looks things up in libraries. Now I ask you, what sort of man would you meet in a public library?
Oh, she goes to other places sometimes. Places like the Museum of Natural History.
What a break. And what sort of man would you meet in the Museum of Natural History, for goodness sake? Neanderthal? I went there once, and besides some school kids, there was nobody there under 102. Did you lug all that from the A&P?
From Gristede's and the gourmet shop and the bottle and pastry. I took a taxi. The taxi driver was bringing up the rest of the things. Thank you, and thanks for waiting and everything. Here's $5. Keep the change.
Hello, folks. I'm Amy Vanderbilt. What are you giving tonight? One of those $100 a plate meals for the poor, starving politicians?
I don't mean to hurry you girls, but, well, if you're going to change your clothes or anything before you go out.
Look, Maudie, about this man who's coming tonight, it is a man, isn't it?
He was at lunchtime.
You had lunch with him?
That new Swedish place, Royal Smorgasbord. I never could say it right, but it's all you can eat for $40 a head.
$40? He must have money.
I wouldn't know.
You had lunch with him before?
Oh, yes, several times. That's why I thought I'd like to have him up here. You know, a simple little dinner at home.
Simple? You must have spent a week's salary.
Well, when it's someone special. Besides, he's bringing the wine and the flowers and the candy.
How do you know?
I don't know, but he's the type.
Along with the wine, he might bring cocktails too, huh?
He might.
Or even a bottle of whiskey. Sit down, Maudie.
Sit down. With all I've got to do, you're asking me to...
Yes, please. This is important.
Make it snappy.
This man who's coming tonight, who is he?
Just a man I know.
Where did you meet him?
A roundabout.
Wait, what do you mean a roundabout? A roundabout what?
A roundabout the end of October.
No, a roundabout where?
A roundabout Madison Avenue and 39th Street.
You picked him up off the street?
No, I fell down and he picked me up.
I don't believe you. I see. You don't intend to tell us anything about him.
I don't know why I should. Do you?
Yes, because, look, Maudie, this is hard to say, but you don't know about men.
About time I learned, don't you think? I'm certainly not going to spend the next 40 years in the public library.
What I mean, dear, this man, you're alone with him. Suppose he got fresh or frisky or playful or something. You wouldn't know what to do.
I'd send him home.
There, see, you can't always do that. Sometimes they won't go, especially if they have a few drinks under their belt.
Then I'll scream.
Scream in New York? If you scream in New York, everyone runs off in the opposite direction.
With us, it's different. Diane there, she's a big, strong, hefty, husky girl.
Well, really, Olive, you make me sound like a Notre Dame football tackle.
You know what I mean. Me, I've had karate lessons and sometimes slip a pair of brass knuckles under my bra. But you, Maudie...
I know. I'm a small, skinny, undersized little shrimp.
I didn't mean anything like that at all.
Don't worry. I can defend myself. If I want to.
If you want to?
Maudie, you haven't done anything wrong, have you?
No. Not yet.
Oh. Then I guess we'll stay and meet this man.
And I think you won't. Now you listen to me. I clear out on Tuesdays for Diane and on Wednesdays for you. So if you don't clear out for me, I'll go inside, pack my bags, and get out of here. And you can match who pays my share of next month's rent, and the telephone, and the... Remember, you signed the lease. I didn't.
Well, if you feel that way...
I do. You've got about 10 minutes, a little less.
But could we just stay and meet him?
No, we could help you get things ready.
I've got help, thank you. Oh, come in, Sue.
Am I late or early? Or
Right on the button. Let me get your coat.
hi, girls.
Hello, Sue.
The girls were just leaving. At least in about 8.5 minutes.
You, going to have dinner here?
Oh no, I'm just the flunky. I can only stay a short while. And remember, I'm a plain cook, so don't ask me to stuff snails or flap crepe Suzettes or...
I'll do the cooking. You just help get things ready. First, get these things to the kitchen. That shopping bag. No, not that one. The other one. That one stays here.
Sue, wait a minute. We're terribly worried about Maudie.
Oh, why?
Because in all the time we've lived together, she's never entertained a man here before.
As far as I know, she's never even had a date.
Poor Maudie.
Exactly, that's why we... Who is this man? Do you know? She didn't tell you?
But didn't you ask?
Nope.
But that's unnatural. You're a woman. Aren't you curious?
Of course. About to bust.
Then why didn't you...
Listen, I was brought up with 4 brothers, all older than me. Every time I asked them, what are you doing? Where are you going? What time did you get in last night? I got my ears pinned back. I don't ask questions. I won't even ask a policeman how to get to the nearest BMT subway.
Well, we didn't get much out of her.
Maudie's primed her.
Olive, I know. Let's go, wait a while, and then come back.
No, we can't do that.
But we could pretend we've forgotten something. But I want to see this man. I want to find out who he is. I've got to. I can't bear it. Anyways, it's for her own good.
Well, we'd have to be awfully careful. Little Maudie's got a temper, and she meant what she said about packing up and moving out. I'm fond of Maudie. She's good about housework and doing the dishes, and besides, she'd probably bolt the door and put the chain on. She wouldn't let us in.
I know. The fire escape. We never think of locking that window.
But how will we get on it?
Easy. The superintendent. We'll tell him Maudie's gone to sleep with the door bolted. He'd do it.
Sort of a dirty trick, don't you think?
Well, of course it is, but you have to fight fire with fire, well, whatever that means. Oh, we're going, aren't we all? We're gonna head over to Lorenzo's for some spaghetti, take in a movie, and we won't be back until 11:30.
Thank you. You're so good to me.
Just one thing. You asked Sue Baxter to help you get things ready. She might be here when your guest arrives.
She might.
Well, then she might meet him.
She might. Yes.
Well, why couldn't you have asked one of us to help you get things ready?
Then you'd meet him, huh?
Yes.
Oh no, not on your life.
But why? What's the difference between having Sue and one of us, or both of us for that matter?
All the difference in the world. Sue's got her man.
What?
A Navy lieutenant. She's engaged. Wild about him. Wouldn't look at another man.
You think we would?
You mean you think one of us might try to take this man away from you?
I wouldn't put it past you.
Oh, I think you're being insulting.
Nope. Just cautious. Competition being what it is today.
Honestly, Maudie, do you seriously think that one of us would try to?
I noticed you never let Diane meet your dates, and vice versa.
But we're your friends, your roommates,
I've seen 2 fuzzy little kittens tear each other to pieces over a tiny bite of tuna fish.
This is too much. I'm getting out of here. Come on, all.
Yes, I guess we better. But I think you ought to know, Maudie, you've hurt me very much.
Me too. And I hope the man, when he gets here, turns out to be a gorilla and that he chokes you to death.
Finally get rid of him?
Yes, but I've got a sneaking idea they're going to try and come back.
Why?
Well, Diane, because she has to know everything. She's a natural-born snooper. She reads people's postcards, rattles packages, holds letters up to the light. She can't help it, I guess. I think all our ancestors were maiden ladies. You know, a village street, lace curtains, and a pair of binoculars.
And Olive?
The same, with a difference. Olive protects me. She thinks I'm 4 years old and a double-barreled nitwit to boot. When I go out, she's at the door with an umbrella, a spray gun, and galoshes. She means well, but, ugh.
That's why you don't want them to meet this man, huh?
I die, simply die.
Maudie, I've never seen you so determined.
I have reason to be.
You could put on the bolt, use the chain.
No, Olive would call the cops, have the door smashed in.
Why?
To save me from a fate worse than death itself.
You're kidding. Then what are you going to...
Circumstantial evidence.
What are you talking about?
They wouldn't dare actually come out to the kitchen. I threatened to move out if they tried any funny stuff. The man will be in there helping me cook dinner. Sue, go to the other shopping bag, get out the bottle of wine, the other things too.
Wine? Oh, flowers, they're all crushed. Why would you put such beautiful flowers in a shopping bag?
I couldn't put them in a box. The girls would have seen it. Stick them in that vase over there. I'll put some water in later.
Candy too? Seems to me the man might contribute a little something to the evening festivities.
There isn't any man.
There isn't any...
Mrs. Edwards! Oh, she isn't. Well, may I speak to Mr. Edwards then? Oh, well then excuse me for asking, but who am I speaking to? Oh, the babysitter, I see. Well, listen. Oh, I know you, don't I? Judy, isn't it? Oh, sorry. Yes, June. I'm Maud Hollins from downstairs. I think I met you once when... Yes, that's it. Oh, fine, thanks. Well, listen, I'd like to ask a favor. Oh, I'm sure Mr. Edwards wouldn't mind. I want to borrow a coat. No, a man's coat, a coat of Mr. Edwards. Yes. Oh, any kind. Top coat, overcoat, raincoat, it doesn't matter. Yes, and a hat. If he has another hat he's wearing tonight. Yes. What? Oh, well, you see, it's sort of a joke. I want to dress up for a gag, you know? Yes, I'll return them later in the evening. Oh, you will? Oh, thanks. Thanks ever so much. Nice kid. She'll bring them down to me.
Just a minute. Will you please be good enough to tell me what this is all about?
Yes, but let's get this table set. We need candlesticks, silver bowls, you know, to dress up the place. Oh, and an ashtray.
Wait, I'm not doing another thing until you tell me. You say there isn't any man.
That's right.
Let me get this. You say there isn't any man coming, but you're gonna pretend there is. Is that right?
Yes. I'm gonna fix things up, cook the food, and serve it. Then later, I'm gonna mess up the table, throw part of the food down the incinerator, pour out the wine, make it look just like two people had been dining. Look, I've even got a cigar butt. I got this from the taxi driver. I bought it and had him smoke it while I was in the gourmet shop.
But you could have used a cigarette.
No, women smoke cigarettes, but a cigar spells man. M-A-L-E, man.
But all this money, all these preparations, why are you doing all this?
Because I'm tired of being poor little Maudie, that's why.
What?
Poor little Maudie. Never as a boyfriend, never as a date, never as a man over for dinner. Twice a week I scuttle out of here so Diane or Olive can entertain Fred or Walter or Mr. Who's-It or somebody. She puts on a dinky, frilly little apron, sticks a buttercup in her hair, and goes all domestic and homey and cozified so they'd see what she'd be like in a vine-covered cottage. So far they haven't snared anybody yet. But the next morning at breakfast, I have to hear what Joe or Fred or Alex or somebody said about baseball or politics or the stock market. I'm sick of it. You know I don't have any Theodore or Fred or Walter or anybody, so I made one up.
But you could have told them you were going on a date.
And you think they'd believe me?
Wouldn't they?
Not those two hyenas. They're too smart, and they know me too well. They'd say, "Aw, yeah." And then when I'd left, they'd say, "Poor little Maudie." Oh, I've heard them, you know, when they didn't know I was listening. Poor little Maudie. We really ought to do something about her.
Why don't they do something about you?
Oh, come on, Sue. These days a girl's doing well enough to have one man on the string. Who ever heard of a girl with a spare?
I guess you're right. You know, there must be 10,000 bachelors in this town. Where are they? Where do they get to?
May as well ask where the flies go in the wintertime. Oh, come in, June.
These two?
Oh, fine. Yes, thanks ever so much. Miss Baxter, this is June. She babysits for the Edwards. When they get back, tell them I'll return these later.
Oh, she'll be back real soon. Got to dress to go to the theater. He went to a fight. Madison Square Garden? You say you're gonna dress up? Play a joke on somebody?
Well, sort of, yes.
Won't they be too big for you?
Oh, that won't matter. It's just a gag.
Oh, okay. Well, have fun.
What are they for?
More circumstantial evidence just in case Oliver and Diane decide to come back. We need wine glasses, water tumblers, more spoons, and I'm going to start the food.
Come on.
It's too early, I tell you, he's not here yet.
Say, that's our best table cover.
So what?
He is here, Olive. His coat and hat. Brooks Brothers. Nothing cheap about this guy. Oh,
What's the matter?
well, you'd think he'd put his name in the lining somewhere, wouldn't you?
Why should he?
Oh, so when he hangs it up somewhere, he'd be sure to get the right one back.
Guess he knows his own coat?
Honestly, his hat hasn't even got his initials in it. I think that's disgusting. Most men have their initials stamped in the lining somewhere. Dobbs, too. He must be very careless.
Or maybe just rich. Come on, it's cold out here.
It could be he's just cagey.
I doubt that. He wouldn't know you'd be snooping around.
I resent that. I'm not snooping. I just wanted to... This candy. It's the very best in these roses. Do you know what they cost? $30 a dozen.
How do you know?
Well, I was going to bring some to my uncle in the hospital, but I settled for half a dozen daisies.
All right. You found out all you can about him now, so...
Couldn't I just sneak along to the kitchen and...
No, absolutely not.
But I want to see him. I want to.
I know you do, and so do I. The only thing is to go back down to the super's apartment, keep warm, and later when they're having dinner, we can peek in through the window here. Someone's coming. Hurry and be careful.
Well, hello.
I was just closing the window.
Yeah. Who opened it?
I don't know. I really don't know. I certainly didn't. I wouldn't open a window on a night like this. I came to get my bag. See?
You usually keep it on the floor like that.
Of course not, but I got all the way over to Lorenzo's and found I didn't have it. Been funny if I got ready to pay the check and didn't have any money, wouldn't it?
Hilarious. Yes.
Well, I'd better get going. Olive's waiting for me. We're having spaghetti over at Anselmo's.
Lorenzo's.
Yes, that's what I meant. Well, I suppose Monty and her friend are out in the kitchen?
That's right.
Is he nice?
Charming.
The wine there, it's imported.
Oh, yes. Imported wine, imported vodka, pinch bottle scotch.
I don't know what Olive would say.
Olive, the house mother?
No, but, well, I really ought to.
Go. Yes. I wouldn't keep you for the world.
What? You can't put me out of my own house!
Seeing if I can get Jerry. She did sneak back. Diane, through the window.
Oh, no, she didn't.
It's fine. I gave her a song and dance about a... Hello? Yes. I'd like to see if Lieutenant Banning has checked in. He has a reservation. Yes. Oh, wait. I told her you and the man were out carousing in the kitchen. Scotch, vodka.
Sue, you didn't.
Why not? Give her something to really think about.
But Olive, if Olive finds out.
You're not really carousing? Plus, you've got to get over this thing you have about Olive. It's not like she's your boss or... Yes. Yes, when he comes in...
Have him call you here.
When he comes in, have him call Regent 14876. Yes, that'll be all. As soon as he gets there, thank you. Hello?
Can't stop. But I thought if Miss Holmes was going to dress up, she'd want some of these too.
What are they?
A shirt, a tie, a sports jacket, and a pair of slacks.
But she won't be needing all those.
It's all right. Miss Edwards won't mind. I gotta go. The baby's squawking.
Well, thank you. Thanks.
Well, for goodness sake, what became of you?
I had to go out through the door. That Sue came snooping around.
And caught you?
Yes, I hate sneaky people.
Well, for goodness sake, let's get out of here. I only came back to look for you. Say, what are those things over the arm of the sofa?
Clothes.
Clothes?
A shirt? A tie? A sports jacket? And a pair of pants!
Oh, no!
But what could it mean?
Well, if you don't know.
No, Olive, you don't think. I thought he was out in the kitchen cooking dinner.
That kitchen doesn't get so hot. You have to stand over the oven in your underwear.
Where are you going?
I'm gonna break his neck.
No, wait.
Maybe not his neck, but an arm and a couple of ribs. I'm out of practice, but put your left foot forward, right arm extended, bring your left down.
No, wait.
What's the use of that? If his name wasn't in his top coat, it wouldn't be.
But it is.
What's the matter? Someone we know?
Hugh D. Edwards.
Hugh D. From upstairs? I don't believe it.
Well, look then, look. What are we gonna do?
I don't know. Yes, I do too.
What are you gonna do? Call the police?
I'm gonna do better than that. I'm gonna call Mrs. Edwards. What's the number?
What?
The number. You're always chatting with her. What's the?
Oh, it's Regent 42688 or 4682 or is it 86?
Oh, for goodness sake, I'll go get her.
No, I do know it. I'm so upset.
Oh, Mrs. Edwards, is that you?
Why, yes, hello, Olive. I just got in. I have to change to...
Will you come in here, please, Miss Edwards? It's very important.
Oh, hello. I've only got a moment. Oh, is something wrong?
Very much wrong, I'm afraid.
A burglary. We've had another burglary?
Oh, no, it isn't that. It's... Mrs. Edwards, where's your husband?
Something's happened to him? What is it? Tell me.
Oh, no, it isn't that. Nothing's happened to him yet.
Yet? What do you mean?
Where did your husband tell you he was going tonight?
To the fight, Madison Square Garden. Why? You mean he didn't go? Well, where is he then?
He's out in our kitchen, in his BVDs.
Men don't wear BVDs anymore.
I wouldn't know that. And how would you?
Please, whatever he's wearing or not wearing, the fact remains that he's out there in what the newspapers would call improperly clad.
What? What on earth is he doing out there?
Sizzling steaks. At least we hope they're sizzling steaks.
I don't believe it.
You don't? Look at these then. Is this your husband's?
Yes.
And this?
Yes.
And this?
Yes.
And these?
Yes, but how? I mean, you said they. Who's they?
Poor little Maudie.
Little Maudie. You mean your roommate? Oh no. He wouldn't.
See? A table set for two. He brought flowers, candy, wine.
And vodka and pinch bottle scotch. You didn't know that, did you?
He's worse than I thought.
I still don't believe it.
Would you like to go see for yourself then?
I certainly would.
I'll go with you.
No, thank you.
But I can show you the way. and
No,
where-
that won't be necessary. My apartment upstairs has the same arrangement as this one. Remember, this is my affair, and I prefer to handle it privately.
Well, snooty, isn't she? Maybe she won't close the connecting door and we can hear what she's...
No, get away from there. Stop snooping.
Snooping? Well, I like that.
Things are bad enough. You keep out of it. We've done our duty and... Poor little Maudie.
An old man like that? He must be at least 40.
The older they are, the worse they get. Or hadn't you noticed?
Of course I'd noticed. One time when... Oh, never mind.
You can eat at a time like this?
Well, I'm a hefty, husky girl, remember? And you made me miss my dinner.
Just a moment. It was I who made you miss your... Whose idea was it to climb up the fire escape?
You came behind me.
Please.
I wonder who'll get the children.
What children?
Well, the Edwards children, after the divorce.
Oh, she will. No judge would give them to a man like that.
Will we have to testify? In court?
Depends on where she gets the divorce. If she gets in the state of New York, we would.
I've never been to court. They take pictures, don't they? Do we wear hats?
What are you talking about?
About court. Is it like church where you have to have your head covered, or can you...
How would I know? Turn on Law and Order?
Maybe she won't get a divorce. These days, with the world being so unsettled and everything, a woman who's got a firm grip on a man is liable to hang on no matter what he does. She can't be sure of getting another one. Well, what did he say?
He didn't say much of anything, just, how do you do?
How do you do? Caught red-handed and all he says is, how do you do?
But didn't you question him? But don't you care? Or has it happened before?
No, it's never happened before.
Then why didn't you question him?
I didn't think I had a right to.
Oh, come, Mrs. Edwards, please. I'm as broad-minded as the next one. And, well, fun's fun, but... Oh.
I didn't question him, you see, because he's not my husband.
Not your... The man out there is not your husband?
Are you sure?
Well, really.
I mean...
But if he's not your husband, then why was he wearing your husband's clothes?
I don't think he was wearing my husband's clothes.
Then what clothes was he wearing?
His own, I imagine. The ones he has on now.
You mean he's...
Oh, yes, he's wearing everything the well-dressed man should wear. Even to a boutonniere.
Oh.
Look, Mrs. Edwards, if the man out there is not your husband, then how do you explain those things?
I don't attempt to, but I'm sure there's some simple explanation. When I come back from the theater and my husband returns from the prize fight, I'll ask him.
What, not till then? But we want to know. We want to know now.
I'm afraid you'll have to wait, because I certainly don't intend to have my husband paged at the Madison Square Garden. Well, I must go change.
Look, Mrs. Edwards, please. That man out there. Who is he?
I haven't the dimmest idea.
But didn't you ask him?
Certainly not.
So you don't even know who he is?
Little Maudie introduced us, of course, but I didn't quite catch his name.
Well, surely you know what he looks like.
Oh yes, I was sure you'd ask, so I noticed particularly he's about 6'1", I'd say, broad shoulders, slim at the waist. He has blue eyes, but his hair is coal black, a fascinating combination, I always think. He has a strong, rather equaling face, but very handsome in a virile, masculine way. And let's see now. Oh yes, from the little time I was with him, I found him utterly, utterly charming. That's about all, I believe. Oh, since I know how interested you are, both of you, and since of course you won't be seeing him yourselves, if there's anything else I can think of about him, I'll telephone you tomorrow.
That had all the earmarks of a very nasty crack in the rib section.
What?
All that about, since you won't be seeing him yourselves, ha! Monty must have told her about our little arrangement.
No, I did. One time when... Oh, never mind. Charming, That's just what Sue said. I can't stand this.
No, you don't. We have a code, remember? A code of honor.
A code of honor among women? I have never heard of such a thing.
All right. But if you go out there, not only will old Maudie pack up and move out, but I will too. And I like to remind you that when we signed the lease, your name came first.
Well, back again. What did you leave this time? Olive too? I wonder who keeps opening this window. Brr. Broke another flower pot, didn't you? You know, if you're gonna keep this up, you ought to write to the Library of Congress. Get one of those little pamphlets they have. Oh, they have one on everything. I'm sure there's one on how to be a cat burglar.
Come on, all.
Oh, off to Lorenzo's, Anselmo's, Antonio's, or...
Yes, we're off, but I must say, I don't feel much like spaghetti at the moment. What's that odor coming from the kitchen? What are they cooking out there?
Oh, porterhouse steak with mushrooms, asparagus with hollandaise, potatoes au gratin.
Oh!
I want you to know, Sue, that whatever spying I do on little Maudie, it's for her own good.
Oh, yeah?
I'm fond of Maudie. I'd do anything for her.
Then, may I suggest you do something that would really help her out? Leave her alone.
But she's so sort of inexperienced, naive, underdeveloped.
I wouldn't say that. She's developed quite a bit in the last 10 minutes.
Oh, you mean on account of the man out there?
Yes. She seems sure of herself. Her eyes are sparkling. I persuaded her to slip in. Put on a new dinner dress she's never worn. Fix her hair differently. Oh, too bad you can't see her, hey? But I know you have to hurry off with Diane.
Yes. Just one thing. Those clothes there.
Oh, those? They're mine.
Yours with Hugh D. Edwards in the coat?
Yes. You see, Jerry, that's my fiancé, had an unexpected leave. Navy. Flew him in from the Pensacola, but he couldn't get a through plane, so they dropped him in Atlanta, Baltimore, Philadelphia. When he was back at his hotel room, he was pretty well messed up, and sent his uniform to go get tailored. But then, some idiot, bellhop or tailor or somebody, sent his uniform to the wrong room. They can't locate the uniform. They can't even locate the idiot. Maudie seen Jerry and thought Mr. Edwards upstairs would be about the same size. I'm going to bring them down to him.
Oh, I see. But what about the shirt and tie?
That was just the babysitter's idea. She threw them in for good measure.
I see. Well, guess there's nothing more I can do here.
Guess not. Enjoy your spaghetti.
I hate spaghetti.
Maudie, you've look lovely.
I don't know, I had to get all fixed up this way.
For the man who didn't come to dinner. You know, I have the strangest feeling that something wonderful is gonna happen.
It hasn't yet. What makes you think that?
Because we deserve it. All the narrow squeaks we've had, the stories we've made up, the lies we... You know, I wonder what Miss Edwards told those two pussyfootin' female gumshoes. She said she'd blast their eardrums if they even...
That'll be Jerry.
Jerry? Jerry, darling. Yes, I'll... What? Yes. Yes, I'll be right down. I'll meet you in the lobby. Yes, I'll take a cab. Yeah. What was that? For your friend? What's his name? Well, you tell Steve that I have a lovely gal for him. She's right here now.
No.
You tell Steve that she's lovely and attractive and...
I'm not lovely and I'm not attractive.
You tell Steve that she doesn't believe she's lovely and attractive, but she really is. The only problem with her is that she's got two evil, mean, nasty stepsisters. They make her sweep chimney corners while they go off dashing to balls and meet princes and... Jerry, how would you and your friend Steve like a steak dinner? All the trimmings. Okay, you come down here then. Afterwards we can do the town. Yes, the address is East 42nd Street, 836, second floor. Yes, hurry, darling. I'm dying to see you.
Sue, do you think he'll like me?
Now you stop that. We have a lot to do. We have to set 4 places instead of... Oh, turn off the steaks. Men like their steaks rare. And, oh, get those clothes out of here. Hide them or something.
You know, Mrs. Edwards told me once that when she married her husband, he was in the Marines.
Yeah? Then you get those way out, like way out. The last thing we need right now is for the Navy to show up and see the Marines were here before them.
One, two, three.